Hi guys, you're welcome back to yet another interesting episode here on my channel. My name is Chidima Ome Stephanie, as some of you know, or as most of you know, and on this channel I like to talk about good stuff, faith, education, things that I consider inspiring, and also personal development. So today's video is going to be like unlike most of my videos that I usually do, because this video is more for keepsake and for record purposes much more than anything. And so for people who don't know, because I've not really shared a lot concerning this, but something major happened in my life within the past few weeks. It happened last month actually. And what happened? Pardon me, we're now in a new month. So it happened, should I say 2 months ago? Yes, it happened about almost 2 months ago, like 6 days shy of 2 months now. And what happened? I lost my mom. I lost my mom. So I just decided to come on here to pay a tribute to her. I feel like one of the fears that many people have when they lose a loved one is that they fear that they're going to forget all about that person. They fear that in a situation of loss, everybody just tends to move on and nobody remembers what these people really did stand for in their own lives. And so I'm doing this video to more like crystallize her memory in my mind and to also invite people to see the kind of a person that she was. We're using past tense now, guys. We're using past tense. To see the kind of a person that she was, and to also, you know, I don't know, maybe you're going to get one or two things out of this video. Okay. You probably should. You probably should. At the end of this video, you should get a thing or two out of the video. So basically, paying a tribute to my mom is it's quite unexpected because, like most people already know, it was such an unexpected death. I was with her through the process, of her transiting. So it happened to be one of the most gory. Normally, I don't watch horror movies because I hate horror, but seeing the transiting of my mom is so graphic. It has to be one of the most graphic things on my mind, and it's something that I don't think I can, just wipe out of my brain in a hurry or ever. I hope I can. I don't know if I should hope that I can or not. Or I hope that subsequently I would remember some incidents and not feel as much pain as I currently feel concerning these things. But yes, I was with her through the process of her transition, and it was not an interesting sight to behold. Now, who's my mom? My mom is my mom happens to be one of the closest persons that I had in my space from when I was young, even up until the day I lost her. She happens to be someone who is much more than just a parent. She was also a friend to me and to a lot of people around me. Most of the time, when I see young people talk about their parents, they say things like, "Oh, I don't, I'm usually scared bringing my friends to the house. They might shout, they might, nah, no, my mom. I never knew my mom for one day as someone who would make anybody scared. Anybody, literally. I've had people call me and say, I want to come to your house. I want to come and meet your mom. I want to come. The door is open. Come. My mom would always welcome people with open arms. I cannot begin to count how many times I cannot begin to count how many times my mom would introduce someone I don't know and just tell me, that's now my daughter. She tell me I have another daughter. I have one more son. So you have to, if you see her on the road, better greet her. She's now your sister. And she was just accumulating and piling new children that she would pray for and take care of and encourage and talk to. And, there used to be this pastor in a church that she worshipped. And the pastor complained one time. The pastor complained bitterly one day and he was like, since I've started pastoring you, you have never for one day told me about your own problem for me to pray for you. You're always telling me about someone else. You're always telling me to pray for your brothers, to pray for your sister, to pray for your parents, to pray for your children, to pray for your this, to pray for your dad, to pray for a friend of yours. And that's my mom. She's like, pray for every other person. She's always looking out for people around her. She was the firstborn of her family. So it goes without saying. She was the firstborn of her family and the first daughter at the same time. So she has always had this heart of, looking after people and covering people. Um, I grew to appreciate my mom because I lived in Lagos and then I moved to River State and then I moved back to Lagos. And when I was done with school, I've stayed in Lagos for like, say, 3 years after I finished up with my schooling. And if there's one thing I can tell you for sure, it is the fact that I've seen my mom through a different lens in these past, 3 years thereabouts. Now that I'm a lot older, our relationship was more of being friends, talking through issues that I otherwise would have been scared to talk to her about, you know, making certain decisions with her in mind, even up until picking a dress. I remember times when I would want her to join me to the market so that we can pick out clothes. Ah, it was one of those days that we entered one market like this, and the prices of things there were so funny. And my mom was like, let's go. I mean, I was like, mommy, hey, we they no give us work. We no go sweep people shop. I don't even know if this video is making any sense because I knew that I'll probably be overwhelmed talking about this. But yeah, that's my mom. That's the mom I remember. I remember my mom to be someone who is very, very hardworking and diligent at what she does. I remember my mom to be the the glue that binds people together. Ever since her passing, the house has just been very quiet, very, very quiet, and very cold. And everybody just has started to feel so withdrawn, and it's as though we're back into a shell that we were all trying to get out of. My mom was like a rainbow, an actual rainbow, an actual just ray of sunshine. She had that ability to pull you out, draw you out. And she had this very childlike smile, very, very childlike smile and childlike voice. Another thing I would certainly miss about my mom is her voice. You know, when we were younger, a lot younger, if my mom comes back from her shop, one of the ways that you know she's back is with her voice. You literally hear her voice from the passage where she's greeting people till she gets into the house. She'll be greeting people. Hey, how are you? What of your children? My sister, how are you? Before she gets to the house, she has greeted like 10 people. Or yesterday was Sunday, and I just realized that I've not heard my mom's laughter in a long time. My mom has this very loud laughter that you feel from the room. Literally, if she's laughing in the parlor, you can hear her in the room. And it just gives you this sense of comfort and peace. My mom loved the Lord. My mom was steadfast. She was really steadfast. And if there are some things that would hurt, it's the fact that there are many milestones that are in front of me that I know that she might not know. I know that she will not participate in. And that is very, very painful. But I choose to remember her as the good woman that she is. I choose to remember her as the person who smiled, the person who would fight you 1 minute and then ask you if you're hungry the next, so that she can use that to warm her way into your heart and make up with you. My hope is that she's in a better place. It is see you later, not goodbye. I love you, Mom. I love you very much.